Good morning, true art believers. This is Pearson here. It is a lovely Thursday morning. How are you doing today? And welcome to Pearson Draws. I think it's called Pearson Draws. Who knows? I never really can settle on a name, so I just call it Pearson Draws, or because that's what I'm doing. Anyways, uh, today I'm going to keep working on this drawing. I think I've told everyone that I was going to stop it around Saturday. It might be earlier, it might not. I know I missed a day, so I'm kind of playing a little game of catch up. Not that I missed a day by choice. It's just things did just not align up, and just run a little slow, like run a little late as of. Well, I'm just running behind. No matter what I do, I can't seem to catch up. All right, before we begin, well, there we go. Let Before we begin, I don't know why I even said that because we're about to begin. Yeah. Um, so let us begin. Alrighty. Well, just another day in paradise. I'm just gonna play around, and then hopefully we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I am able to um, get farther along with this drawing. Got to get my brush selected. Apparently, I have. There we go. There's my brush. Now we need to increase the size. I was doing some different things recently, so I had to use a different brush. Because of that, I'm not using that brush today, or I wasn't using the brush is not being used, so I had to go find it. So that's why it took me a while to kind of find it there for a second. Apologize. Anyways, we're just gonna kind of work through this morning. I'm trying to push through this little mental hump that I have today. I'm just in a funk. I just woke up, not wanting it. I'm just like, not feeling it. Just woke up feeling, I guess, not really motivated. So I'm like just willing a lot of this stuff. I'm willing it to be. I think partially because I had a class that I didn't think I did the best that I could, and I left uh, questions, or like questions were left unanswered, and I was concerned about whether I was explaining things correctly. And it's this teaching remotely thing. Like I can't tell if people are having problems because I can't see if they're doing what they're doing, you know. And with this remote teaching, no one's. It just exacerbates the question thing, like the question conundrum. Like when you're a teacher, like your teacher, students don't ask questions often. Like they think questions are a measure of not of being wrong or something, but they don't ask questions. And when when they this remote teaching makes it even worse because they don't ask. The questions are even less. They're like, I got it. I'm like, okay, you got it. No, you don't. I know what you're doing. So I was like, I was just really concerned about it yesterday. So it's been like on my mind, kind of gobbling up all my attention. It just happens though. It just happens. You try your best. You hope that you're able to explain it. Um, and again, like it's hard to cater to that many students in a mobile setting. You know, like it functions very doesn't function great. Like it functions okay, but I wish it could be better. You know, and yeah, I don't know. I just had a bad, or at least in my opinion, a bad teacher's day. It just didn't go as planned. You know, I thought I had some good things going. I thought I had some good points, but I think the organization of it, like the placement of of the points, may have been not where they needed to be. So like, and it's not entirely clear like what's the right steps to do, especially when some people are jumping ahead. You know, so you do what you do. You do what you can. You do what you can do, and you hope for the best. But yeah, right. So I don't know. That's been kind of on the back of my mind for yeah, it's on the back of my mind, and yeah, it's kind of one of those things, where you are I don't know. I can't really explain it. It's just it just wasn't a I guess this wasn't a great day as far as like teaching. I think I did some good things, and I learned from it. So that's all I can really hope for. Learning from it, and hopefully I can make it a little bit better next time. I don't know. I just woke up with a bad like woke up at the wrong side of the bed today. This thing's kind of went went south, but like just went down. And I'm just been the thing about you have these days, right? Everyone has days, right? Everyone has these days, where you're like you're just trying to make the best of it. You're trying to pick up the way that it started off wrong, and you don't know why it's wrong. Nothing's really wrong today. I just woke up feeling gloomy, I guess, or blue, I guess. You know, Perhaps something's on my mind right now, and I don't know what really is on my mind. Like, I have something on my mind, but I don't know if it like what really is bothering me at the moment. You ever have those moments where you're like, something's bothering me. I just don't know what it is. I can't quite pin it. What is bothering me today? But there's something really bothering me. Something's really bothering me today, and I just don't know what it is. So I'm trying to figure that out, right? Yeah, perhaps because I'm kind of fatigued. Maybe it's because I'm kind of tired today. I'm just kind of tired. Um, a little drained, a little exhausted. Maybe maybe a little bit of that kind of ecking at me. Putting my mood lower. But I shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't be like that. I should be positive, man. I should be happy, positive. You know, just be joyous, cheerful, energetic, right? There's really nothing to really be super mad about or upset about in the world. Well, I mean, we all can find things to kind of like pull, right? There's always something to kind of like be about, right? Or just kind of like mad about it. But do you really know why you're mad? Or are you just mad because that's what you're expected to be mad about? Are you truly mad about that, or is there some, or is it, or is it something else really bugging you? What's really going on? And that's what I'm trying to figure out today. Is like what's really going on today? Is why am I in this little? Uh, why do I feel like this today? Like what's 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 pulling my attention? What's making me feel like this? And I got to figure out. I got to kind of search through those emotions, right? You got to search through them, and then you got to figure it out. Maybe you will figure it out. Maybe you got to talk it out. Maybe you got to write it down. I don't know. I think what really bugs me is like maybe what is really just I think I've already talked about is like the 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 poor outcome of my last class. Not on the students' side, but on mine. I don't think I did as great a job as I could have explaining, or I wasn't as prepared. I thought I was prepared. I had some examples, and then like everything went down. Like the stuff that I was uploading was gone. I uploaded this. I had it all uploaded. Like apparently, I closed out the window without um, setting up a certain specific parameter, and I didn't know, or something like that. I didn't know that that needed to be checked off. The parameter was like, how do you want homework to be uploaded or whatever it is. I didn't know that, and I just kind of like pressed save and published, and I closed it, and I backed out of the page. Then I lost everything, and I was like talking to my students, hey, now if you go to the assignment section, I go to the assignment section. I'm like, you can notice. I'm like, wait a second, where's this file? Where is it? And you're like, oh great, way to make a mistake in real time. That's like the story of my life, though, making mistakes in real time and in public, typically. I'm like, oh great, that's fun, just grand. Okay, well, I can't spend, I can't leave you all hanging. Can't spend like the next 30 minutes just getting all this files and stuff in here so that you have it available. I'll do it after class, right? It's like I'll do this after class for you, but right now we're just gonna jump ahead and I'm gonna try to explain how to do this via webcam, and it's not gonna work too well, but we're gonna try it out and see what happens. And of course, only a handful ask questions, and generally the ones that ask questions actually don't even need to ask questions. They're doing fine. The ones that need the help aren't asking the questions. I'm like, man, come on, ask me some questions. You need help. I can't force you to ask the question. You ask me the question like what's wrong? What's the hiccup point here? Help me out. I am not a mind reader. I don't know where you're having troubles at. So you got to help me out with this. And so like yeah, and it just didn't go that well. And I think that may be like pulling on my emotional strings at the moment because I wish it went better, you know. And part of it is like, where do you find the time to make some of this content? And it's very hard for me. Another part was they're like, could we have a finished example? I had like a partial example to kind of give an idea of what it would look like, but I didn't have a finished example on what the like a final outcome would look like. And I was like, well, this is the first time I signed this assignment, so there's no examples, but I have this example I've kind of done on Photoshop that kind of gives you an idea of what this assignment's going to look like when it's done, although it's going to be done in Paint. Um, and they're like, well, could you do a finished one? I'm like, I can try. And I thought I knew more. I thought I knew more about Photoshop than I really did, apparently. And so I'm like, I don't know like all this fancy features of Photoshop. And I recall when I was creating the example, which is a positive negative space example. It took me a while to do it because I had to do this like all these weird uh, uh, layer selections and deletions, and then paint bucket layers. And I was doing all this stuff, and it turns out you can do that the entire project, or the entire like what it should look like with using one special layer feature, which is called the exclusion tool, which basically just kind of like flip flops the colors or the tones. And I didn't know that. And if I had known that, I would have saved myself like hours, or an hour at least. But they wanted an example in real time, and I was like, okay, I'll try to do this. And I was just bombing hard, you know. It was really funny though. Like if I think about it now, it was kind of funny because uh, I'm trying to figure out how I got the same effect on the other layers, and because I'm being watched by everyone, uh, the anxiety and stress was kind of uh, it was breaching through, so I couldn't think straight. And the part of it was the with the way that I set up the document is I didn't label the layers well, like because it wasn't meant to be a presentation like some of my screen shares. So it wasn't meant to be a presentation. More so that this kind of show an example of how this kind of looks with two layers instead of three, because they're doing three layers on their piece, and I only did two. Probably should have done three. It didn't. It's not apparently clear to me what is necessary. Like I think I was going to do three layers, but after doing two and finding out how hard it was, or like what I was like, how long it was taking me to do, and I was kind of running behind. I needed to finish some other things regarding the assignment, and I was running a little bit behind. I was like, oh gosh, I don't think I'll be able to do a third layer. And then now I'll be able to do a third layer, no problem, because of the exclusion tool. But before I was like, this is going to take a while, you know. And so, yeah, it was just like it was kind of like a train wreck. But I'm used to like just train wrecks, you know. But it does. I'm not gonna lie. It does weigh on you a little bit. Like I'm used to train wrecks all the time. That's like what I do is make a ton of mistakes, and usually I end up being better for it because I know the mistakes that the average person will take, and now I know how to kind of mitigate those mistakes. But like it really does kind of make things hard at the very beginning, where when you're doing work like that. And part of it's my fault. Like I'm always doing new assignments. There's been a few assignments that I've kind of kept. I do new assignments because I'm trying to I do new assignments with like new variables because some students just don't. I try to find a project that people really really enjoy, and I'll keep that project, but sometimes I'll spin it, make it a little bit different. I don't know. Probably it's a little bit like a kind of like blind stupidity on. It's a little bit. We got like cotton mouth. Blind stupidity on my behalf, where I am doing these new things every time when I shouldn't be. I should be like, don't tell me my photo, my. Let's save. I gotta exit out again. There we go. For some odd reason, like Photoshop has been glitching hard on me. Like I'll be the brush pen will go away, and all I have is like the stylus, other the arrow tool, and I can see the arrow tool, but like everything else, This is kind of a little neat texture. How did I get that texture? I wonder if there's a way to make a neat little texture that kind of. What's this? Classic ink. What's that do? Ooh, could I do that? No, it's different. What's this do? Wet blender? What's this wet blender do? What if I make it really, really, oops. I got the wet blender going on here. No. I'm just seeing these little different, what's this impressionist blender do? Flex wet impressionist blender. Weird. Okay. Anyways, that was just some random just some random brush setting that I was working with. There we go, we're back on top. Now, let's go back and yeah, so like it was just one of those days, and it's been kind of pulling on my strings for a little while. And you try every day, try to make it a little bit better, tweak it up. And I end up doing like these silly things where I do these new projects and I never have it. I'm kind of caught with my pants down, right? I don't have examples. I just do a few demos and give some descriptions, and I do a little illustration maybe to kind of show where it could go. But like we need examples all the time. I don't know what's this notion with examples. Like when I was in school, we had some examples, but like it's examples are not universal. Like they're not going to translate to everything. Like they'll give you an idea, like a heading, but the thing about headings though in the art world, it's like you don't, especially with this type of stuff that I assign, is you don't want it to be like so constrictive. Because sometimes if you give someone a heading, people think that that's what the project's got to look like, and that's not necessarily true. Really. That's just what one project could look like. There's other ways of going about it. There's multiple avenues that could be pursued with this. There's multiple avenues that could be pursued, and we often think that the examples are like kind of like law, and that's not really true. That's not true at all. I'm venting. I'm complaining. That's all I'm doing is complaining. Whatever. I don't mean to complain. I don't know. It's one of those days. One of those complainatory days. But you shouldn't complain because you don't want it to manifest. So I just got to say stuff like, I'm awesome. I'm awesome, dude. I'm doing good. I'm happy and positive. kind of, because if I heard some podcasts, some stories and such that are saying like if you say negative things about yourself, you are going to make those negative things occur. Like they have a higher chance of kind of like becoming truth. Like if you say you're sad or miserable, you know, you are probably going to end up being sad or miserable because you basically set the parameters for your day. So I'm trying not to really think about that stuff and say, hey, you know what? It's a good day. Look, good day. I got the workout. I got the paint. Guess what? My painting didn't turn out as well as I thought it would. It's getting a little out of control for my liking. My painting's getting a little out of control. It's 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 way messier than I anticipated, and I'm like, this is getting really messy. I think I might need a. I think my next paintings that I'm doing, these abstract paintings, I have too many colors, and so what I'm probably going to do is I would have to tone it down. I'm going to have to tone down the amount of colors and take out one color, leave like a gray, a black, and then two high chroma colors in there, and then I think that'll be it. But like the rest, it's just it's just I don't know, man. Uh, and partially maybe I subconsciously am making it messy to see how messy I can get before it becomes too much, too like unsolvable, like to the point where I can't do anything to make it look good. And that might be what I'm doing on purpose, maybe like self-sabotaging with my work, with that painting, you know. Maybe I want to see like how much I can really push the boundaries of what makes it a decent painting to what can really destroy it, like what can make it the worst. Maybe I'm doing something like that on purpose and I don't even know it. Maybe I am. Maybe me talking about it is you're like projecting it on there, or I don't know. You know. So like I think I'm gonna finish in this Saturday. And what I don't get done, I don't get done because it's one of those type of drawings where I can kind of like constantly add more hatching to, you know, and more type of lines just for line's sake. And it's one of those things like, is it going to make it better? Yeah, in theory, it should make it a little bit better. How much better is that's 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 really the main question. Like, how much better does this improve if I do this? And it probably not as it doesn't improve as much as people think. And then maybe the last session, like Saturday when I work on this, maybe that will be a time for me to kind of experiment with some of the what would you call it? Using the white brush or white pencil to kind of add highlights. You know, I don't know. I wish it was it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day because already I've done a sufficient amount. I started a drawing, I've done a live stream. Not a great live stream, but I've done one. So that's better than no live streams, right? Some people will say they're going to do live streams. I'm going to start live streaming, and then me, I'm like, I'm going to live stream, and then I do it, and like, I did a terrible live stream, and then everyone's like, you shouldn't have done that. You should have prepared more. I'm like, well, uh, how do I know what I need to prepare for if I don't do it? So like, and usually I do it, and then I still don't know what I need to prepare for. I usually mess up still. Because maybe I need to watch like what live stream artists do. Like what the heck are they doing? Like what are they doing? Are they talking? Are they just drawing and like saying no questions? I have no questions. I'm drawing. I can't talk to you right now. I can't answer questions. Maybe they do that, right? They like, I'm busy drawing. Let me draw, right? What if they do that? Like, you're a mean artist. No, I'm not mean. I'm very, very, very. Rah, rah, rah. No. So I don't know what they do. So I have no measure. So I'm starting to feel a little bit better after I kind of talked out that process in really helpful manner. Like it kind of organized my stream of consciousness, or stream of thoughts, so that I can understand why I'm feeling kind of down, you know. Uh, so I'm feeling that's better. That I'm feeling a bit better about that. I can't wait to finish this or get this. Stop working on it by Saturday. I think these drawings have like a shelf life of. I can only really work on them truly for about 3 days or 4 days. I don't know. I can keep. The thing is, I can keep working on them. Right? I think I said that I can keep working on them. Um, but you know, it's like I can keep doing stuff like this where I add a little bit of hatching here. You know, some hatching here, right? I don't know if I like that, right? I could add some some sort of hatching here and see what happens. Like a dark hatching that you really can't tell unless you zoom out, right? Yeah, so like you can do like hatching, like you can't even notice that. Why would I do that? Like why would I do that, like that type of hatching when you can't even notice it, right? Well, anyways, that's time. I gotta save this and I gotta start doing another draw, like start working on this other drawing. Um, so I wish you a happy Thursday, a wonderful day, and tomorrow will be better. You know, just like yesterday is gone. I can't do anything about yesterday. It's done. The act has already occurred. The mistakes have already happened, and you got to be better next time. And so I've got some new ideas churning on how I can make this work for online teaching a little bit more. I think I might have to like do the activities with them because I'm noticing my students are having troubles finishing their work, and we're just gonna have to like maybe I might have to do the projects with them. Like, okay, let's start doing this project together. You know, right? I've been thinking about that. I was like, maybe I could just do that, and that way I'll have examples, and they'll see examples being made in real time. You know, and then I'll answer questions that come up when they're when I'm working, you know, when we're in class. But like, you know, it is what it is. This is one of those days. This is one of those things, you know. You come in prepared. You think you come in prepared, and then you find out that you're not as prepared as you were as you thought you were. You know, like okay, I have examples. I got uh, I got I got some images, and we're going to talk about what we're going to be doing with them, and then I was going to do them with them. I was going to do the grids with them, and then all of a sudden I got more questions about things that I wasn't expecting, so I had to stop and answer those questions before I got to do what I had intended on doing, but I never got to do what I intended on doing. It is what it is. One of those things you got to deal with, you know. You just gotta not let it, you know, not let it take you down, you know. And that's what I'm trying to do is not let it take me down and try to push through those negative emotions and just be positive, man. Just got to be have a good outlook and then hope, not hope. You make those you are what you feel, and you can create those. You can make yourself feel bad or good, and it's easier to make yourself feel bad. Anyone can do that. I don't want that to happen to anyone, but it's harder to really make yourself feel good. I think I said that. If I didn't say this, if I kind of mixed it up. It's easy to make yourself feel bad. It's harder to make yourself feel good. Well, anyways, I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you're off, awesome. God bless. Right. If you're not off and you got to go to work, listen, I get it. Right. I get it totally. I get it 100%. Well, have a wonderful day, true art believers. Gosh, I slurred that one, didn't I? Have a wonderful day, friends. Pearson out.